Edge, you just came off that big win over John Cena at SummerSlam for the WWE Championship, and now the stage is set for the next mega pay-per-view, which is Unforgiven. This time round, it's you and Cena once again, but with two stipulations. The first being that it should be held in your hometown, and the second is that it's got to be a tables, ladders, and chairs match. Now, Edge, why a TLC match, man?
Well, first off, my hometown's Toronto, Canada, and that's where our next pay-per-view is, in Toronto. It's a TLC match, and when Cena said that he was going to, head to SmackDown with a 3-year contract if I beat him, I thought, well, I basically have all the aces in my hand here. So what I'm going to do is stack the deck against him even more. I'll name the time, the place, and what kind of match. Well, what better place to do it than my hometown, where absolutely everyone will be on Cena's back, and what better way to do it than in a TLC match, a match that I've had more of anyone in the history of the business, and one that he's never had, one I've never lost. The odds are stacked against him, let's put it that way.
Now, Edge, I gotta ask you, why the obsession of getting rid of the Doctor of Thugonomics from your life? Why this hatred?
I think you just said it right there. Anyone who calls himself the Doctor of Thugonomics is just annoying to me. Anyone who walks around and pretends to be a rapper just annoys me. I'm a rock and roll guy, so we've been going tooth and nail, head to head for 10 months now, and it's time to end it. It's time to move on. It's time for him to realize I'm the better man, and I'm the smarter wrestler, and I'm the better wrestler.
Now, Edge, of course, prior to your rise up the ladder as a singles competitor, you had a fantastic stint with Christian as your tag team partner, and your matches against the Hardy Boys and the Dudley Boys in the TLC matches were nothing short but legendary. Do you miss those days competing as a tag team?
No, because I accomplished everything I set out to do in tag team. I mean, Christian and I won the tag team championships 7 times. What more were we going to do together? I won the tag team championships with Hulk Hogan, won them with Rey Mysterio, won twice with Chris Benoit. So I did everything I could as a tag team competitor. I've held those belts more than anyone else in history. So when you get to that point, it's time to strike out on your own and show what you can do on your own. And I know and always knew what I could do on my own. It was just a matter of getting a chance to prove it. So no, I'm glad I'm doing my own thing. I'm having more fun than I ever have had in my career. And my tag team days, I'll sporadically dip into it here and there, but my days of being a regular tag team competitor are over with, and I'm glad I did it, but those days are done now.
That's right. On the note of your career, you are a multiple winning tag team champion since you walked into the WWE in '98. You're also a 5-time Intercontinental champion, and now it's been 7 months since you won the WWE Championship. Is this it? Is this the pinnacle of your career now that you've won the gold?
Well, it's definitely the kind of the crowning jewel of anyone's career when they can win it. I've won it twice now, and I'd like to win it more. So I wouldn't say I'm satisfied yet, but if I had to retire tomorrow, I could say that I accomplished everything I set out to do.
When did you decide to go solo? I mean, was it something that you wanted, or was it something which the WWE had already planned as part of your contract?
No, it's not a part of contracts or anything like that. There's no contract that says you're going to be a tag team guy or a singles guy. It's strictly one of those things where Christian and I both felt it was time to break up the band and move on before people got bored of the Edge and Christian act and seeing us together. We thought, while people are into it, while we're on top, let's break this up. See if we can make a go of it on our own. That's the only way we're going to know. And that's what we decided to do.
Which is the most difficult part about being a full-time wrestler? I'm talking about in terms of traveling and family.
Well, I think that the toughest part is having no off-season. We go day in, day out, and we don't have that break that, baseball or, any other sport has. We go year-round, nonstop. So I think that might be the toughest part because your body never really fully recovers from things unless you take time off to rehab it. So that's difficult. The travel gets pretty tiresome after a while. I flew in last night, and I fly out again tomorrow morning bright and early. So you get used to it, but it can still wear you down. So I think those would be the two things: is the no off season, which is the constant physical abuse, and the amount of flying and traveling that we do, which keeps us away from home. But you also know that going in too, so it's not like it's some kind of surprise or shock.
Was going into wrestling always your dream job? If not, what did you aspire to become when you were growing up?
Actually, this was it. When I was a kid, it was the first things that I gravitated to were, superheroes and Kiss. So when I saw wrestling for the first time, it was like real-life superheroes to me. So I decided that that's what I was going to do with my life. And when I was 8 years old and saying that, I don't know how seriously everyone took me, but when I was 17 in high school and started training to do this, I think that's when everyone kind of went, oh, he's actually serious. He's going to do this. So that's what I did.
Now, Edge, of course, presently you're romantically involved with the women's champion, Lita. What does she bring to the table in this relationship with the rated R superstar?
So much. It leaves me so many different things and scenarios that I can do during a match that with any other woman on the roster I wouldn't be able to do, because physically no other woman can do what she can do. She can do, flying hurricanranas or Lita Karanas, whatever you want to call them, off the top rope, and there's no one else that can do that. She can swing a chair, she can swing a belt, she can take an FU at SummerSlam and get back up, and so she adds a really, really big element to the whole package that is the rated R superstar right now.
Okay, now in a related development, the 6-time women's champion Trish Stratus, she's calling it quits. She wants to retire after the next pay-per-view, which is Unforgiven. We all know the feud between Lita and Trish. Did the news of her upcoming retirement stun you guys?
Didn't stun me, no. I wasn't surprised by it, because I know when you get to a certain point and reach a certain level, what you have to look at it and say, okay, what else can I do? What else can I accomplish? Kind of like Christian and I did as a tag team. We just sat down and went, okay, there's not much more we can do. When does it become unchallenging or trying to find new challenging things to do? So I think, Trish is at that point and wants to take a break and actually live a normal life for a little while and maybe take a vacation on her own terms instead of having to rush from arena to hotel to restaurant to gym to arena and that whole grind. So I wasn't all that surprised, no.
Are you able to give us your take on the recent departure of one Kurt Angle? A lot of rumors surrounding his contract termination from the WWE. What's your take on the departure of the WWE's only Olympic champion?
It kind of reminds me of Trish in a way. I think Kurt's body has been trying to tell him for a while to take a step back and take a break. And Kurt, being the type of competitor that he is, he's fifth gear, pedal to the metal all the time. And I think he finally listened to his body. He tore his groin and some abductor muscles, and I can vouch that that's a painful injury because I had it too. And I think he finally just realized, maybe it's time to take a step back here, live a normal life for a little bit, get his body and his mind back, feeling good. So, I commend him for it because it can be hard to step away from this business when you love it so much. So I think it'll be good for him.
All right, Edge, coming back to you, is there a dream match that you love to feature in? Looking back at the past and present crop of talent, is there one name that you would have loved to have gotten in the ring with? Who and why?
Well, from the past, I'd have to go with Bret Hart, because I was always a huge fan of Bret growing up. I've gotten into the ring with other guys that would have been on that list. I've been in the ring and gone toe-to-toe with Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair. I've teamed with Hulk Hogan. However, I'd like to go head-to-head against Hulk Hogan, too. Two current guys, although I guess Hulk is still current, would be Undertaker and Rey Mysterio. Would be two guys that I'd like to get in there and go with that I haven't had the opportunity to kind of go head-to-head with. And beyond that, those would kind of be my final challenges, is to try and get in there with Hulk, Taker, and Ray, and then, maybe I can call it a day. I don't know.
All right, Edge, that was it. Certainly a pleasure having spoken to you, the WWE champion. On behalf of all the Singapore fans, we wish you the very best. Hopefully we'll see you guys in the Lion City real soon. It's been like 4 years since we last saw you. I think you came back.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. All right, man. Just
cool. Sorry to keep you up so late.
No worries. It was a pleasure. It's a pleasure. I mean, being a fan. Edge, hang on. Just the liner. The line is pretty simple. Hey, Singapore, this is the rated R superstar, Edge.
In Singapore? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Hey, Singapore, this is the rated R superstar, Edge. And
hey, Singapore, this is the rated R superstar, Edge. That's it.
Yeah. No, hang on. And you're rocking with the best in sports on 938 Live. And you're rocking or you're jamming with the best in sports on 938 Live.
938?
Live.
Live, yeah, but 938.
Live.
Yeah, I got the live part. What is it? 938.
Yeah, it is. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. In 3, 2, 1.
Hey, Singapore, this is the Rated R Superstar Edge, and you're jamming with 938 Live.